Hey guys, this is That Album Reviewer Guy here, doing another album review. Now that that's out of the way, today I will be reviewing the new Mastodon album, Once More Around the Sun. Now, this is Mastodon's 6th album, and it's done pretty well in the charts. Made it to number 6 on the Billboard Top 200, and number 1 on the Billboard Rock charts. So, it's pretty good. And you know, Mastodon, nice progressive / sludge metal band. They're slightly less heavier now than they were. I guess you could say they started with Crack the Sky, but for most people, including myself, started with The Hunter. Not that it was a bad album, but you know, let's see what we have to say about this one. Well, let's go track by track, shall we? Well, it starts with Tread Lightly, which is a nice progressive track to open the album with. Then it moves on to The Mother Lode, which is a solid track, and it contains some pretty cool riffs and nice solos as well. Then we get on to High Road, the first single. That's a track that I wasn't really sold on at first, but you know, after a couple more listens, it started to grow on me. And, you know, the whole concept of the song, you know, you take the high road and all that nonsense has been done so many times. But, in all honesty, it doesn't take anything away from this song. Then the title track, Once More Around the Sun, it has a nice intro, and it has some nice instrumentals in general, but, you know, I'm not a big fan of the vocal presentation at all. It just doesn't work for me. Then you have the next song, which I believe was released as a single, Chimes at Midnight. And this track, everything works. The instrumentals, vocals, and everything else you can think of. It just works together. Goes great together. It's a great track. Then the next track, Asleep in the Deep, which features Valiant himself, as well as Ike Owens, formerly of the Mars Volta. This has a bit more of a mellow doom feel to it, you know, other than the other tracks that came before it in this album. I mean, it's okay, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. Then you got the next song, Feast Your Eyes, which opens with a nice riff, but there aren't really any more memorable riffs until about the time of the ending verse. And this is another track that's okay, but, you know, really nothing all too special for me. Moving right along, though, the next track, Aunt Lisa, which features the Coat Hangers as well as Gary Lindsay. This opens with some interesting riffs that give off a little bit of a classic rock feel, I'd say, with the slightest bit of country influence as well. You could hear it a little bit if you get it. You know, I mean, kind of hard for me to explain, but if you can understand what I'm trying to say, good for you. You deserve a medal. And I like the screams in this song because, well, I'm pretty sure this is the only song that has actual screams in it. Because the rest of the album just features clean vocals, so it's a nice, refreshing touch for this album. Then you go on to the next track, Ember City, which is another great track. Features solid guitar work as well as solid drumming and great lyrics. I mean, I really like the way the chorus is presented in the song as well, even though it is a bit simplistic. Then you get on to the next track, Halloween. Has some decent riffs and some nice drumming, but, well, that's really about it for me. Then the closing track, Diamond in the Witch House, which features Scott Kelly of Neurosis. This has like a nice slow guitar intro, which goes into the slightly more sludgy instrumentals, then leads into sludgy vocals. And, you know, there's not a single thing I dislike about this track. I mean, yeah, it's a bit long, almost 8 minutes long, but it works for this track. I mean, it's a terrific track to close the album with. It's a great sludge metal type track to close this album with. And, you know, this album does have some inconsistency as far as flow is concerned at certain points, but it's only in a couple of spots, and it's not that terrible. Favorites on this album: Tread Lightly, High Road, Chimes at Midnight, Ember City, and Diamond in the Witch House. Mastodon, Once More Around the Sun. Eight out of 10. It's a good album. You know, even though Mastodon isn't as heavy as they were, that doesn't take much away from them. Because, heavy or not, they're still a good band. And they're still a metal band, obviously. Some people don't like the way Mastodon is going. I don't mind it. You know, as long as their next album doesn't tank. Do you think it will? What do you think about the way Mastodon is going as far as their sound is concerned? Do you prefer old Mastodon over new Mastodon? Let me know. Like me on Facebook, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that. That Album Review Guy, signing off.